Hi everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio. On track, off track again. What on earth are we to do about all this? Well, first of all, I want to know, where is this track that you speak of? So this is coming off of a conversation that I had with someone earlier today that just kind of came in and took their conversation in a whole negative direction. All I did was ask how things were going and what was going well for them at the moment, and it turned into, well, I haven't, and I can't, and I haven't been, and I know I'm not doing all these things that I supposedly think that I need to do. And the problem is that we judge ourselves so much. We are humans, and we are just all about judging ourselves. We see this pedestal of perfection of where we should be, supposedly, and we constantly beat ourselves up over not being on that pedestal of perfection. Well, the truth is that perfection is something that is unrealistic, right? One person in the world has been perfect. It definitely was not me. So we all get off track. We all get kind of wayward at times on what we're doing, whether it's following our exercise, our nutrition, reading our devotional daily, spending time with our kids, making sure that our lives aren't crazy. We get off track of where we should be, but really the only track that you need to be on is one that makes sense for you, one that takes you from point A, where you're at right now, to point B, where you want to be in the future, right? And maybe that track zigzags. It's never going to go straight from one point to the other. It's kind of like weight loss, right? You go in for weight loss and you want to see it drop from here down to here, but really what happens is it kind of goes down for a little bit and then it comes back up, and then it goes down for a little bit and comes back up, and it kind of wiggles all the way down. But in overview, it drops the whole time, even though it's kind of going up and down, right? So that's kind of our path whenever we're looking for our supposed track that we want to be on. It's going to wiggle back and forth, and sometimes we're going to be great and sometimes we're not going to be so great. But it's the choices that you're making when you're not being great, and the restrictions that you're keeping yourself to when you are being great so that you don't go overboard, that keep you closer to that path and keep you closer to reaching your goals. So we really want to make sure that we're not holding on to unrealistic standards, that we're not setting these goals for ourselves that are completely outrageous, that we'll never get to, just to be able to call ourselves a failure, right? Success is a huge thing. We want to reach success. We want to feel success. And you can feel success day in and day out. Success is a matter of counting up all the millions of teeny tiny steps that you've taken to get from one place to another. It's not about how many days you took those steps. It's about how consistent were you in that. So maybe you didn't take a step on Tuesday, but on Wednesday you did. There you go. You're right back on. So it's a matter of moving in and out with it, that ebb and flow. So there's 4 things that we really need to think about whenever we're trying to find realistic standards, realistic goals that we can stay on track with, that we can feel more successful with, and that we can get rid of this self-judgment that is so terrible. So number 1 is include only what you need in those standards, right? So if you are talking diet, include only what you need. Don't go adding in all these extra things just because they sound good, or your friend decided that they went on a diet and it worked for them, or you heard about this great new food, or whatever it may be. Only include what you need. The second thing is include all that you need. So especially when it comes to diet, people start to exclude foods. They start to take food groups out, and they start to omit things. Now, omitting sugar is one thing, but omitting carbs and fats and, some people are omitting proteins at this point, that can lead to a lot of problems, a lot of internal stress for your body when it doesn't have the things that it needs. So include only what you need, include all that you need. So just for a second, let's take a look at those first 2 again in a fitness realm. Include only what you need in fitness. So you don't need to work out 3 to 4 times a day for an hour each time, but you do need to include all that you need in the fact that you need strength. So you need some resistance training. You need some cardiovascular training. You need flexibility. You need posture work. You need core control. So we need to include all that we need, but not include more than we need. All right, so the third one is to quit listening to all the ads out there. Quit listening to the self-proclaimed experts. Quit listening to your friends and family members who have tried this, done that, added this. Start to find out what the truth is. Find the people who truly do the research, who truly understand how things work for whatever it is that you're trying to reach. If you're listening to a million different voices, they're all going to say different things. If you go down Google and you search, is XYZ good for me? It's going to say yes. And if you search, is XYZ bad for me? It's going to say yes. Really, you can find just about anything that you're looking for, no matter which side of the coin you want to fall on. It's just a matter of, are you seeking out the right sources, the true professionals, the true experts who have actually taken the time in their profession to learn these things to be able to share them with you. So the ads, in the biggest case of that, that really just knocked my socks off was whenever I was much younger, and I found out that there had been a fitness article written in this magazine. It was just a regular popular magazine. People read it all the time. And there was this fitness article that was detailing what these athletes were eating. And they were putting in there about how healthy it was to have your chocolate milk and your pancakes and to have all these different things in there. Well, the pancakes was a big one. It was mentioned like 5 or 6 times, and I kept thinking, why are they putting this in here? I mean, yeah, pancakes are great, but this was before the days of protein pancakes. Nobody was really doing that yet. I'm telling you, this was long ago. Well, it turned out that the major advertiser for that magazine was Mrs. Buttersworth, the syrup, right? And so in order to sell more syrup out of that advertisement, they had to write an article telling people that it was healthy to eat it. Can you see where I'm going with this? So a lot of people tend to coerce our opinion of what is good and what is bad, and they may not even mean to do it. They may not be like the advertisers, who probably did that on purpose, more than likely, but they may be our friends and family who just mean well, and they start to add more and more things in. And I see this a lot whenever people come in and they've got 25 supplements that they're taking, and we've got to go down and narrow down the list on what and why and what on earth it's for. Most of the time they don't even know why they're taking it. They just, Susie told me to, and Joe told me to take this one, and so they take them. So we need to make sure that we quit listening to the sources that aren't giving us the best information, and we start to turn our ear to the sources who know what they're talking about, and the sources who are willing to give us the truth on things. Number 4 is a big one. Live happy. Be realistic. So quit self-judging. Quit being upset with yourself over all these things that are little minuscule details that maybe you're not 100% perfect on every day, but start being realistic about your goals so that you can live happily, understanding that the choices that you're making, the habits that you're building, are taking you closer to your goals every single day. I hope you got something great out of today. I want to remind you, this is the last week that we're registering for Downsize. It starts on June 4th. Registration ends this week on the 31st, so if you want to be a part of Downsize, we would love to have you in there, but we got to hear from you if you want to be in there. So with Downsize, the best part is that whenever you lose 15 inches, you get your money back. We've had several winners in the past, all very excited about losing the 15 inches, all very excited about getting their money back. It was a great time, but we give you unlimited small group training, personal training sessions. We give you a nutrition manual to follow that doesn't restrict you so much that you hate us the next day, but it does give you enough freedom to where you're making your own choices and making better choices, which also leads to something that you can continue. We give you recipes to go along with it. We give you full accountability support. You get a Fit 3D scan 3 times throughout the program because it's a 6-week program, so you do beginning, middle, and end. We would love to get you in on that. So feel free to give us a call, 806-322-3188. We've got people here until about 8:30 tonight. And we come back, start 5 a.m. tomorrow. So feel free to give us a call and get signed up for Downsize. Hope you have a great day.